Back at Rogers Arena as we continue with After Hours. Who does not love a good story of redemption? And a couple of days before Christmas, we have one in the person of Ben Hutton, who's worked his way back into being a mainstay with the Vancouver Canucks. So how does that storyline sound to you?
That sounds pretty good. Yeah, it was a tough year last year. It's no secret, I didn't have my best year, but I came back. I wanted to be here. I wanted to be in the lineup. I worked my butt off all summer with new trainer Tony Greco, and came back, wanted to earn a spot, and so far I've done that, and it's been good so far.
We'll address a few more of those details in a moment, but first, this picture, Ben, demands an explanation.
I had to give the kissy face in there. It went well with the costume. Me and Bess, we decided we were going to go together or something, and we went in, and we thought it was pretty funny. We wanted to show off with
Who
the guys.
gets credit for the idea?
I'm going to have to take the credit for the idea, but no, it was good. I think it worked well that we worked together, so we came in and we had some pretty good laughs from all the teammates and the wives and stuff, so it was fun. It was a fun night.
Very creative, and you both look good. While we're going through your photo album, here's one of your family at Christmas many, many years ago. Which one are you here?
I'm the little blonde in front. I used to be really blonde. I lost that now, but that's a good pick. The dad still has no hair, too.
He looks the same.
And I feel his pain. While we're, not that it's painful, while we're on the topic, your best Christmas gift ever?
I'm going to have to go with a hockey stick. Every year I pretty much ask for a hockey stick, and there's been a couple years where, you can tell when it's a hockey stick all wrapped up, too. I come down and it's the new Bauer stick or whatever, and I'm just.
Well, you certainly wouldn't confuse it with a new toaster or anything.
Yeah, no. The first thing I open is the stick.
It's incredible how many guys will say that too. It's for any parent out there that wants to get their kid that's a hockey player a good gift, go get them a stick, because it's always the favorite gift.
Honestly,
you can never have too many.
It
of
is
them.
exactly. So it's that's definitely my favorite. So.
Yep.
First 2 seasons as a Canuck, Ben, you did not face a lot of adversity, but last season more than made up for it. You were called out by your coach, Travis Green, for your conditioning, and you were a regular healthy scratch. Here's a tweet from Travis Green's mullet. That's actually the account name. Ben Hutton is on pace to eclipse his career high in goals and points. What has been the biggest difference this year in helping you get to the next level?
I'm going to go with confidence. I was missing a bit of my confidence last year to make plays, to jump in the rush, to hold my gap and stuff like that. So I think last year I lost a little confidence, but this year I've gained it back a bit, and now I'm just playing my game and sticking to what works for myself. So I think confidence is one of the biggest things.
So we'll follow up with this tweet from Whiter. Question for Ben Hutton: how has Travis Green made an impact on your career, despite how you might have felt last year? And bonus question. Well, let's get to that first, and then the bonus question.
Oh well, I mean, that's an easy one. He's challenged me.
Yeah.
He's one of the coaches that's been the hardest on me. He challenged me last year, and even this year he still challenged me to be better, to all the little things. He's making sure that I'm not slacking off, which is good, because in the long run that'll all add up and make me a better player.
Bonus question is, who on your team is nicknamed Tuna?
Tuna? That's Jake Vertanen. He's named Tuna.
How did he get to be Tuna? He started out as Big Country, didn't he?
It was Big Country. Yeah, he's
shotgun now.
Yeah,
isn't he?
he's Shotgun Jake. He's got a few nicknames along the way. But Tuna's is a good one. I don't even know how it really started. I think we were watching a Vine back in the day, and it was a huge tuna, and the guy, it was kind of, I don't know. I don't know exactly how it started, but it's Tuna now, and it stuck with him, and he likes it. So.
All right. The key to winning your coach's confidence then clearly was conditioning. At least that was one of the big points. So we've got some video here of your off-season workouts from a couple of years ago. This is not current because you did change things last off-season to become leaner and more fit. How did you do it?
Yeah, I touched on it earlier. I switched my trainer. I'm with Tony Greco, and my partner is Claude Giroux. So every day we went to the gym, we'd be.
He's one of the best players in the league.
Yeah, exactly. He knew what he was doing, and it's worked for him for the past however many years he's been in the league. So we'd go to the gym, we'd battle each other, in the gym. It was fun. He's a very competitive guy, and we'd get there and see who can lift more weights. And the way Tony trains you is it's kind of circuit training, so you're moving the whole time. So with working out, you're also getting your conditioning in at the same time.
Louis.
One of the things you told me earlier in the year was the fact that Giroux's ultra competitive. If you beat him in one thing one day, you better be ready the next time because he's going to push you to try and win it the next time. That's got to be good for you too, though, going up against one of the best every day.
Oh, definitely. Claude's one of the more competitive guys I know. Whether it's it's in the gym, if I'm squatting more than him, the next time we're doing that exercise, he wants to put the more weight on, or even if we're going to play basketball after, I beat him in one-on-one. He wants you tomorrow. Hey, we're playing again. So he's a very competitive guy, which pushes me as well, because I feel like I'm pretty competitive too. So we butt heads a few times, which is good for us.
All right, so here's a tweet then from Scott Simpson. What's the biggest thing you took away from your off-season training with Claude Giroux, and how's it helped you this season? You've already answered that, so we move on to a lot of buzz around the Canucks these days, and much of it centers on the rookie sensation, Elias Pettersson. So Tuesday night here, Cedric Paquette of the Tampa Bay Lightning took a run at the rookie, and the first person to try to get an answer from Paquette was Brock Besser, and then you step in. And so this tweet is from Alicia Wilbur. Your fight the other night against Tampa, you threw some sick punches, made great connections. Where did that come from? Did anyone teach you?
I don't know. It might have just been from growing up.
It was only your third fight, right?
Yeah, it's only my third fight, but I don't know. Maybe from growing up on the schoolyard, a couple battles. Like I said, I'm very competitive, so I don't have a brother or anything, but I got a lot of close friends back home that we've got in our scruffles before. And I just for that play, I thought we already knew it was getting a little feisty. One guy took a run at Petey. Immediately I was trying to turn to him, and then he grabbed Bess, and I was like, okay, those are the two players you can't grab on our team. Sorry, bud. And then one thing led to another, and we were throwing, and it was a hockey fight. It was a hockey play.
I see that, though, and one thing that it stands out for me is that the team's starting to get really close and protect one another, and that's the sign of a team moving forward and becoming a better team. Do you feel that as too? Because it seems like it's a wolf pack mentality out there. When you guys get in scrums now, everybody jumps in.
Oh, that's exactly it. I mean, if you're coming at one guy, there's four. I mean, even sometimes the goalie, there's five guys stepping in, at least saying something or grabbing someone, and it's good to see. Whether you're on the bench or on the ice, everyone's sticking up for each other, which like you said, makes everyone stronger as a team. So it's good.
You grew up in Prescott, Ontario, town of 4,000, and your hockey career, I think at the age of 4 or 5, got off to a very auspicious start, according to the story your father Jim told on the father's trip this year. Let's listen.
Took him for his the first time, signed him up for the hockey, and we go there, and he was having a hard time with the skating, and so I could see he was struggling, so I went out and grabbed him. I think he was like 4, maybe 4.5, so I grabbed him into the thing. I said, okay, well, we'll come back next week, or we'll do some public skating and stuff. And I just got his skates off, and he took that stick, and everybody's jackets and equipment and things were hanging on, and he cleared off. He had such a hissy fit that he cleared off every jacket in that place. I got him over my shoulder on taking him out the lobby. He was determined that, he was frustrated. He had to get her going.
So you had to be wrestled under control. Do you remember tearing the dressing room apart?
No, I don't remember that, but that's a good story. My dad and mom have told me that a few times. I guess I was a little rascal, and I wasn't, like I said, I'm very competitive, and when I want to do something, I want to make sure I'm doing it right and properly, and I guess I wasn't too good of a skater, and I was frustrated with it.
We just had Josh Morrissey on the program, and he did okay by going the junior route. You did okay by going to the NCAA with the Maine Black Bears. At the age of 14, your family was given advice that you should seek a higher level of competition in Toronto, get a billet family, and the registration was going to cost probably around $10,000. What did your father say?
He said no. He said...
and why?
He wanted me to stay at home. He thought that if I went away,
Got some pictures here of your development as a young player, but anyway.
He thought, that I wanted to be raised... he wanted to raise me at home, make sure I grew up to be, a well-respected man. And he thought, if you're good enough, he told me, if you're good enough, they're going to find you no matter where you are. And, at the end of the day, that's what happened. So I'm happy with his decision that he made. Or I guess it was my dad and my mom. So I'm happy with the decision that was made. And he was right. If you're good enough, they're going to find you. And that's what happened. So
And they did. So
You
Father's
had the
trip.
master plan going.
yeah, exactly.
Father's trip this year. In February of 16, it was the mother's trip for the Canucks. And you have the gift of gab, Ben. You know that, right?
Yeah.
You come by it honestly, as we see with your mother functioning on the mother's trip as the Canuck TV reporter for one morning.
Hi, I'm Janet Hutton, reporting with Canucks Morning Skate in Denver, Colorado. I see a bunch of skaters in blue with no numbers on the back, so I don't know who anyone is. We're split up into 2 groups right now and taking shots on the goalies. I'm trying to figure out if they're working on the power play, but I don't think that's what it is. I think they're just trying to break in. Word on the street is that Markstrom's in net tonight. And number 27 over there is a little mouthy, it looks like.
So that's beautiful. Number 27 over there
He's
looks a
yelling
little
those
mouthy.
stories.
Would you say that
All
Janet
right.
nailed it?
Hot tick.
Yeah, she did a good job there. I remember looking over on the bench and I was like, "What are you doing there, Mom? Like, this is morning skate. Get out of here. Like, I'm a rookie, right?" And then, some of the guys were giving me a little hassle, so I did holler over at her too. I said, "Hey, get off the bench." But no,
She was spectacular.
Yeah,
That was
she
great.
was great, and she had a good time there.
Tweet from Andy Sepinen. What's with the short hair? If you're going to go no bucket for warm-up, when can we expect the mullet flowing again?
I don't know. It's tough. Whenever I have the long hair, it feels like everyone wants to make a bet with me.
Hey, well,
to
listen,
cut it
take
off.
us through the phases of your hair. I think we've got some video to support the different eras.
That's playoffs in the PN. That's actually natural too.
Yeah.
It was,
God bless you.
there's
the mullet going.
Yeah, I lost the bet on that one.
Yeah.
The odds game, it's tough to explain. That's at the end of the playoffs.
Bring it back the blonde.
Yeah, the blonde, and lost the tooth too in that game too. So I had the full junior effect going right there.
Wow.
We talked tonight with Josh Morrissey and now with you about giving back, and you have to Prescott through the Ben Hutton Shootout for Alzheimer's Golf Tournament at the Prescott Golf Club. Second annual this past summer. How satisfying an endeavor has this been for you?
Yeah, it's been great. We're a small town community, like you said. We're only 4,000 people, but over the last few years, I think it was 15,000 the first year and 26,000 the next year, raising money for Alzheimer's disease. It's been good. A bunch of the teammates come out, they'll fly in and stuff like that, and the town loves it, and we raise a good amount of money for a good cause.
Well, there you go, $26,000 this year, so the tournament's heading in the right direction. We're going over some old ground here, but the Christmas rap video done by Clay Emo with Ariel and Marie, in 2015, featuring you and Jake Vertanen dancing in the background is too good not to share
Let's see
with the
this.
viewers once again. Here it is.
These are a few of my favorite Canucks things.
So Ariel and Marie do a wonderful job. You've said, Ben, that you like to bust the occasional move, but here, are you busting a move or maybe suffering a small stroke?
That was a tough one. They said be a backup dancers and make it hardcore rap, and I was like, uh-oh, they're putting us on the spot, and we had to do a couple takes too, so we were running out of dance moves. But no, it was fun time. Me and Jake, that was our rookie year. That was fun time, and they were happy to have us on, and we were happy to be there, so it was a good time.
You don't play again until December 27th. What are your Christmas plans?
I'm actually spending it with Jake Vertanen's family, and then I'll see Stetcher's family as well. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, Mom, Dad, I can't make it home this.
Yeah, so what's behind that decision as opposed to going home?
Well, I did it last year, and it was just such a whirlwind of, like, you get there, you have the dinner, you wake up the next day, Christmas Day, you wake up, you fly home. So it's just such a quick turnaround. So I thought this year I'd get a little more of a rest, and the Vertanens, I became pretty close with the family, so they wanted me to come in. So it's been good.
That is one sharp suit.
I
Christmas
need a little
suit,
Christmas
right
color.
there.
Yeah, exactly.
You're putting Louis and I to shame. So Ben Hutton, making the most of a second chance with the Vancouver Canucks, was our guest on After Hours. Thanks for being with us, Ben. Merry Christmas.
Thanks for having me.